Hey, this is the one and only Storyteller. It looks like we're completed except for the doors on the end. I won't do them today. I'm not sure if I'm even going to put them up. So we're going to call this video finished and done. Just go over a few more things I've done since the last video. So I wire tied this, or zip tied it. As you can tell, like I was telling you earlier, you have to zip tie these in. If not, they will, in a thunderstorm or bad winds, blow out. If they blow out, your tent's going to be in bad shape. So as you can tell, we got them all zip tied. Measure that one right there too. So we got all those zip tied, so we're good there. What we did here is we took a piece of duct tape, put a piece of duct tape on the end, punched a hole, put a little cross knot there, and then tied it to the pole. What that does, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. As you go down through here, as you can tell, they're kind of spaced out. What that does is, and we also put one down at the bottom there in the center to hold that. So what happens is that when the wind pushes on this here, it gives it more stability. And these little Velcros won't hold. They won't hold at all, so there's no sense even trying. If you're trying it, sorry, it's not going to work. Not going to hold. First good wind comes, you're going to find them strode all over the yard. So that's a no-no. That's not going to happen. It's not going to work. The top's really tight, as you can tell. You know, we got it tight. It's not banjo tight. It's not, you can't play a song on it, but it is tight. Along with the panels down through there, as you can tell, you know, they're fairly tight too. So yeah, we're good. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna put the doors on. There's really no sense in it. The reason why I put these on here, if you're wondering why, is you can untie these in the morning and untie those two. You only untie two, leave this one tied, because you're going to roll the tarp up till you get it up to about right here, and then I'll put a piece of rope right here, or a piece of tie line, and it'll string down, and you can just tie the roll up here out of the way, and that way you can come and go as you please, and you can get air that will pass. You get air that can pass through here. Kind of keeps you a little more cooler. So I did put the tarp on the truck. I'm not for sure. I didn't have the sides on really good yesterday, so they're on there good now. Brother's coming Monday, and we're going to try and paint this thing. So he's going to be my mixer. He's going to be my paint mixer. Well, base coat, clear coat mixer. Well, sealer too. I got to put sealer on too. But so anyway, he's going to be the mixer. I'm going to be the sprayer. We're going to get this thing painted Monday, and we're going to call it. We're going to call it done. We're going to call it ready to go, finished, done, over with. What I'm going to do, I've thought about it. See, it's really close right here between there and the roof. The center's really good, but not the edges. So what we're going to do is, I've made my mind up. We're going to take the wheels and tires off and put them on these right here. You got to figure that's another at least 10, about 12 inches to the center of the hub. So we can get it at least another 10 inches lower. So that will help me on the top when I get ready to spray it. So yeah, we're about to wrap this puppy up, or we're about to wrap up this part. The bed is sitting right there with a lot of stuff on it. That's one thing I got to do tomorrow. I would start spraying it tomorrow, but I have to clear all that stuff off the top, as you can tell. parts and pieces and things that are left over. So I gotta get it off the top, and that way, again, that way next week I can get the bed up on. I can get the bed up on some sawhorses, and I can start working on it. While this cures, it'll take about 2 weeks from the time of spraying. It will take about 2 weeks for the paint to cure well enough to buff it out. And at least it'll take 2 weeks for me personally to feel comfortable with buffing it out. Some people would do it quicker than that. Some people would do it in 7 days. I'm going to go 2 weeks. I just feel more comfortable with it. I've always done it at 2 weeks, so that's what we're going to do. Oh gosh, I can't wait till it gets done. Man. Oh, I did talk to Mr. Joe today. I got to go one day next week also and pick up the remaining Mustang parts. There's 34 or 35 parts that Mr. Joe has gathered up for us. He's collected Mustang parts for over 21 years. He has a barn the size of a gym full of broken down Mustang parts that he's collected over the years. He bought cars, stripped them down because they were all rusted out, but the parts were good. He cut the quarter panels off if they were any good. He cut the roofs off of all of them with plenty enough spare. And he took the B-pillars. He also cut a lot of them out in case somebody got hit in that corner there at the end of the door. You could repair it. So, but yeah, he's got parts, pieces. He said just come on down. He gave me a price list on everything. He said come on down, pick out what I want, pick out the ones I wanted. And yeah, so we're going down. Brother's gonna go down with me, and we're gonna get it done. And this will move out, of course, after it's painted. It'll go right over there underneath that tree. Right underneath that tree right there. And yeah, it's going to be over there. The Mustang will be brought into here. So brother did ask me when we were going to Louisiana. I told him, I said it'd probably be the first second week of July. We got to carry the 351 Windsor block down there to get it prepped. Freeze plugs. It is standard bore. We're all going to go 40 over. I believe that's what he said. I don't think we have to go 60. I think he said 40. Pistons are there. I have the 4340 H rods, light rods, light forge rods. I have the stroker crank, dual chain, Moroso oil pan, high volume pump, all that stuff. MSD ignition, Victor Jr. 2 intake, 850 Black Max Holley carburetor. He's picked the cam out. I didn't pick the cam out, so he's picked the cam out. I do have the roller rockers. He's picked out the stud plate too, so a rocker plate. So yeah. I do have the valve covers, extended height on the valve covers due to the rocker arms and the rocker plate. So yeah, so he says down there, he says that 40 over, the rods that I have, the crank that I have, the pistons that he ordered, Howard's or something, I don't know what it is. He ordered them. Anyway, he said 40 over, we can get to 427 or 428 stroke. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that's realistic. I know nothing about stroker engines. I built standard engines, overboard engines, things. I rebuilt stroker engines, but they already been milled and stroked, and I just freshened them up. But I don't know anything about doing the math or the figures or anything of that nature, so I'm just taking his word for it. I'm sure one of you out there in YouTube land can tell me whether that's feasible or not. But he says we use just a cast iron head, which I do have. Oh, I got AFR heads too, by the way. I think I ain't mentioned that, but he said if we happen to use a cast iron heads, a knotty cam, just a hydraulic cam, not a roller, it should turn somewhere around the 5 range with the stroker kit. He said if we went roller cam, AFR heads, we should turn in the area of about 6 1/4 without any blower or any turbo. So we'll find out. It's up to him. He's going to put it on the dyno when it's done. So, you know, I told him I didn't mind paying the money, but you know, I wanted that money to produce. So if he wanted me to be happy, it's going to have to produce some numbers. So I had told him if he wasn't sure about the numbers, then we'd just go cast iron, go the cheap end of it. 500 is good enough for me. I'm 59 years old. It'd be hard for me to handle a 500 horsepower engine anyway. But I just thought it'd be pretty cool if we could get to 428 or 429. That way, when I put the shaker hood on the car, then on the plate on the side of the scoop would say 428 or 429, and you wouldn't be lying. You wouldn't be lying at all. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I'm rambling. So, little pause there, and you see how long this was. It's 12 minutes. Woo. So, yep, I appreciate y'all stopping by. I hope the tent helped somebody out there in the land, and it works for me. You know, like I said, a year's worth of garage for about $200. You know, it's not bad. You can't rent a garage for a whole year for $200. So, you know, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty good deal. I think it's worth the time, especially if you got an old project you need to do something to, and you don't want to tear it down and keep throwing tarps and covers over it. Here's your best bet right here. $200, about 2 8-hour days or a weekend, complete weekend, and you yourself can have a garage like mine. Thank you for stopping in. Ring the bell, subscribe, leave a comment. If you leave a comment, I just ask that you leave a positive comment last. Don't leave anybody in a negative situation. See y'all.